From his remote cabin up in the Canadian Yukon, Gurdeep Pandher has become quite the internet celebrity. His joyful Bhangra dance videos against the pristine beauty of his Yukon home has gained him fame in Canada and around the world. He has thousands of fans of all ages that are inspired by him. And he spends a lot of time being interviewed about why he is so passionate about giving his gift of dance to the world. Today, he has been kind enough to spend some time talking to me about his dancing, but also his experiences as an immigrant to Canada.
My name is Gurdeep Pandher. I live here in the Yukon, in the wilderness. I dance Bhangra to bring joy to people, to bring joy, hope, and positivity. Especially after the pandemic, this has become a mission to use this art form to create optimism in the country, to create this wave of positivity when we are all going through such difficult times. So through my dance, Bhangra dance work, I try to spread joy, and also I try to spread build cross-cultural bridges. I also try to include many other art forms into my dancing, collaborating with other people to give this message of inclusivity and diversity. So just showing the beautiful side of our multicultural Canada.
Why do you think it is so important to learn about and celebrate each other's culture?
I think this is the most thing about Canada which we should be doing. Like if we see that from last couple of years, we are seeing a lot in news, like people are being divided, especially since last year when there was a Black rights movement grew up in the US and across the world after that tragedy which happened in May. Um, uh, so after the death of George Floyd, and then we saw that a lot of racial tension was happening in Canada and other parts of the world as well. So what could be the solution for that? I feel that the biggest solution for that we all need to make efforts to learn about other people's cultures. The thing is that we get so much comfortable in our own people or in own like boundaries. We do not make enough effort to look at other people's, to learn about that, to sit with them, to talk with them. So that creates barriers, that creates fears, that creates those generalizations or judgments which sometimes we hear from different people. To how we can remove them or reduce them, uh, like learning about other people is the best way to come out of this, is the best way to break those barriers. Like when we sit with people who do not look like us, who look totally different than us, and when we make friends with them, not only just we become friends on social media, or little bit friends on work, like hello, how are you, going beyond sitting with them, inviting them for dinners or teas, going for walks together, attending each other's weddings, parties, sometimes like engaging in some meaningful, positive conversations just to learn about each other. Then you realize that hey, those people, they are just like our people. Their smiles, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, their anxieties, they're similar like us. There's no difference. Like what we see in our eyes, like those passions we see in those people's eyes too. Then we become one. We feel like one human race. That hey, actually, um, there's no other race other than being a human race in this world. So when we start treating other people like fellow humans, then we do not discriminate. Then we do not do anything which is considered racial. We just uh, become like fair and wonderful with everyone. So yeah, through my dance, through my Bhangra, I've been trying to do cross cultural performance or videos. Like I did with indigenous people, I did people with other cultures, other backgrounds. with the same purpose to spread this message of togetherness, spread this message of one human race. And due to all these reasons, I feel that it is very important to build these cross-cultural or interracial bridges.
How did you adjust to the Canadian climate?
I think that yes, in Canada, weather is unpredictable. It's uh, not like the way it is in some other countries where it stays stable. I've seen that. I've seen BC weather. I've seen Saskatchewan weather. I traveled across country. I've seen everywhere very different colors of weather all the time changing. And then when I moved to the Yukon, I've seen um, as cold as like minus 45, minus 50 degrees Celsius. I remember that my first reaction to cold was not good because I was a bit resistant. But when I started loving cold, I started loving snow. Um, I started enjoying it. And now I miss winters. If there are no winters around, I miss snow. I miss cold. Uh, why this change happened? Because I embrace the weather. I embrace cold. I embrace um, changing temperatures, and they do very quickly. So I would say that the best formula to adapt to Canadian weather is just embrace. Like if it's raining, love it. If it's snowing, love it. If it's minus 45, love it.
What challenges did you face as a new immigrant to Canada, and how did you overcome them?
I came to Canada in 2006 from my village, Siar in Punjab. I started living in Squamish, BC, uh, where I was working in Whistler, BC, actually. As a new immigrant to Canada at that time, I certainly had my own challenges. Like the biggest challenges were like language challenge, like my fluency in the language, the way it is now. It was not like that. It was hard for me to understand other people, and also it was hard for me to make myself understand. So suddenly I had troubles in the beginning finding jobs, like just understanding the way people do different things, like different reactions, different expressions, even some phrases. I remember a story when I was new to Canada. A colleague invited me to their place to do a housewarming party, and I was wondering back in my mind that what housewarming party could be. Maybe are they going to warm up their house with something with the heater or with wood or something like that. But later I came to know that housewarming is sort of celebration if you buy a new house or if you move to a new place, something like that. I didn't know what makes people angry, what makes people smile, because the way I was used to in my own village or in my own um, uh, place, I started feeling that things are working differently here. But you know that as a newcomer, I was trying like to dance in every single way so that things could work. So yeah, and when I was new, obviously financial struggle was there as well. Like my job, it was not good paying job. So definitely it was not enough. Even I started doing a second job. Uh, like still, I was feeling financial pressure, and I think that all newcomers is a big challenge for them that they don't have enough skills or that sort of uh, like. Or education. I had my education. I came with a master's degree, though. I had a master's degree in public administration, but I did not have Canadian experience, which was a big challenge despite a good education. Came with a master's degree, though. I had a master's degree in public administration, but I did not have Canadian experience. That was my, actually, I would say, the biggest challenge. Like wherever I went with my resume, people were looking for experience. I said, oh no, I don't have that experience here. But still, I was um, uh, also I had some successes because I when I was working in Whistler, I found a job with a good company in Whistler. Eventually, it was an intra-west company, which is very reputed company. So I was helping tourists with their things. Uh, uh, and on the side, I was getting chance to see the beautiful Whistler. Uh, I was able to uh, 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 go to many different experiences through that company as well. I like rafting, mountain hiking. It was part of the job. So yeah, that then I moved to other parts of country. I started living in Saskatchewan area as well. And then in 2011, I became a Canadian citizen.
What advice do you have for recent newcomers or people thinking about coming to live in Canada?
My best advice would be that I personally felt that language play a bigger role when you want to succeed as a newcomer. So try to uh, uh, spend some time to polish your language skills. Uh, and also, I would say that determination and like passion, uh, because when people are new, obviously the challenges are new, and they confuses people. Like I was getting confused with things, and sometimes I was just quitting because I just did not know many things. And during those times, I would say that being hopeful, uh, being positive, still looking forward to future, that things will get better with time, and always try new things. Try to get some more education. Although I had a degree in public administration, but after my degree, I joined some computer programs like information technology programs. I did some other diplomas on top of my master's degree. And I really worked hard to polish my skills in those areas. So then when I moved to the Yukon, and they were looking for someone who had these type of specific skills, and I was the only person who had those skills, and they instantly hired me. And I started working with the Yukon government. Um, so why that happened? Because I had those skills. So same way, I would recommend you to that while you are going through your current phase, all filled with all the challenges which are real. I do not underestimate, because I went through them. I know that for some people those could be bring a lot of emotions. So it depends upon everyone's specific situation as well, because everyone goes through their own individual conditions to try to judge what best works for you and act accordingly.
Thank you so much, Gurdeep, for sharing your story with us, and keep dancing.